Hey, welcome. We all live by these stories we tell ourselves, things we just assume are true. But what if some of those stories aren't really the whole picture? Today, we're going to dive in and uncover some of the realities hiding right under our noses. Seriously, just take a second and think about that. The way you understand your own mind, your money, even the simple little facts you've known your whole life, how sure are you that you've got it right? Because that's exactly what we're going to get into. We're going to peel back the layers on a few big parts of our lives and see what's really going on. And I promise you, the truth is almost always stranger and way more interesting than the simple stories we tell ourselves. Okay, first up, our own minds. I mean, we think we know ourselves best, right? But it turns out the common stories we hear about things like depression and ADHD, they often miss the point entirely. Let's get one thing straight. Being sad has a reason. Depression, well, that's a malfunction. It's when your brain's actual chemistry, the wiring that's supposed to handle joy and motivation, just goes haywire. It's not a bad attitude, it's bad biology. It's the reason why your favorite food can suddenly taste like nothing and things you used to love feel totally pointless. And this is the really twisted part of it. The disorder literally convinces you that this awful numbness is the new you. This quote just nails it. It makes you feel like hope is just some fairy tale for other people. It completely rewires how you see the world, from the inside out. And what about ADHD? The old myth is, oh, you're just lazy, you need to try harder. But the reality? It's a condition where the part of your brain that's supposed to be the CEO, the part in charge of decisions and focus, just isn't cooperating. It's not that you can't focus, it's that you can't control what you focus on. In this quote right here, it just perfectly captures that internal struggle. Can you imagine how exhausting that is? Knowing exactly what you should be doing, but you're just stuck, watching yourself not do it. It's not laziness. It's an invisible, all-day battle against your own brain.
Okay, let's pivot from what's inside our heads to what's inside our wallets. The financial systems we rely on every single day are running on some hidden rules that, let's be honest, most of us were never taught in school.
So, we all have this picture in our heads, right? You give your money to the bank and they put it in a big, safe vault and it just sits there, waiting for you, like a storage locker for cash. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not how it works. Not even close. Here's the real story. The moment you deposit your money, it's pretty much gone. It's called fractional reserve banking. The bank keeps a tiny slice of your cash and immediately loans the rest of it out to someone else. The entire modern banking system is basically a giant bet that all of us won't show up and ask for our money back at the exact same time.
And then there's interest. It's this quiet, powerful force that's always working, and it doesn't care if it's working for you or against you. On your credit card debt, it's a monster, turning a small purchase into a huge problem. But in your investments, it's the best employee you'll ever have, making you money while you sleep.
And finally, there's inflation, the invisible thief. It's this quiet, steady process that just eats away at the value of your money. A $5 bill is always a $5 bill, right? But what it can buy gets a little smaller every single year. If your savings aren't growing, they're actually shrinking. All right, you ready for our last section? Let's do a quick, rapid-fire myth-busting round. We're going to look at some of that common knowledge that, well, turns out to be not so true after all. Come on, we all heard this one growing up, right? Eat your carrots, they'll help you see in the dark. It sounds like good, solid advice from your parents. But the story behind it has absolutely nothing to do with health.
Believe it or not, this health fact was actually propaganda from World War II. The British developed brand new radar technology, and to keep it a secret from their enemies, they made up a cover story. They claimed their pilots were so good at night because they ate tons of carrots, and it worked so well, we're still telling that story today.
You've seen it in every shark movie. One drop of blood hits the water and, bam! A shark turns into a torpedo from miles out. It's terrifying stuff. But is it real?
Nah, that one's mostly just a movie myth. Look, a shark's sense of smell is unbelievable, for sure. But the scale we see in the movies is way off. It's more like being able to detect one drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Still amazing, but it's not the ocean-spanning superpower we imagine.
We even use this as a saying, right? That something is so rare, it's like lightning striking the same place twice. But what about actual lightning? Yeah, that's completely false. In fact, lightning loves to strike the same place twice, or 3 times, or 20 times. It's just physics. It's always looking for the easiest path to the ground. The Empire State Building, for example, gets zapped about 25 times every single year.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's not just about a list of fun facts. It's about realizing that the world is almost never as simple as it looks on the surface. Simple stories are easy, but behind them are these hidden systems and complex truths that are actually shaping everything. And the best tool you have for seeing things clearly? It's just staying curious.
And really, that's the question I want to leave you with. If our minds, our money, and even our basic facts are all built on these hidden realities, what else are we missing? Thanks for hanging out and exploring all this with me. Now go out there and keep asking questions.